Based on an analysis done by Bloomberg, more than 200 corporations in the US have become zombie companies, burdening the economy with $2 trillion of debt, and this is not a good sign for an economy. Boeing, Carnival Corp, Delta Airlines, Exxon, Macy's, now all of them fit in the definition of zombie companies. Zombie companies? Yes, that's the name of the video today. Here we will learn all about zombie companies, what they are, what leads to zombification, and much, much more. Hi all, my name is Dheeraj Vaidya from WallStreetMojo.com, the home for most authentic place to learn finance and accounting. Let's get started. First thing first, what is a zombie company? A zombie company is very similar to a zombie that is neither alive nor dead. So, this type of a company is so much in debt that whatever cash it generates is only enough to pay the interest and not the principal amount. So, this happens because the money generated by the business operations is only enough to cover the company's fixed cost and the operating cost. What this ultimately means is that they are not building enough cash flows that can ultimately be used to pay off the principal of the debt. In short, zombie companies are the ones that are full of debt on its balance sheet and is only able to generate mediocre revenues that is just enough to pay interest. Obviously, if you look at these companies, they rely on banks for their survival. And the liability also doesn't reduce over time as the company is only paying off interest and is not doing the principal repayments, right? And again, if the interest rates increase, these companies won't be able to even pay off the interest expense. So it's just like, zombies that eats out the life of humans to survive. The zombie companies actually take the money from the bank and only pay the interest. So now you must be thinking, what leads to zombification? There are actually many reasons that can lead to a conversion of a normal company into a zombie company. The first is that there could be an unexpected drop in an economy due to a pandemic or a natural calamity that drastically impacts the business, basically reducing the cash flows. For example, if you think of travel companies, they have actually taken a massive hit during COVID times, right? Another reason is the availability of loans with a very low interest rates. It fuels zombification because companies are ready to take on more loans and make risky investments. Another important reason is a poor use of resources like assets or manpower, etc. This reduces the efficiency of the business. This will further reduce the cash flows and the revenue, ultimately leading to zombification. So, how does it impact the economy? Actually, if you look at zombie companies, they directly reduce the overall productivity and eat up valuable resources. Most of these companies are called as uncompetitive survivors, and their existence actually doesn't make any difference to the overall economy as such. So the next question comes is whether the zombie companies can really come out of this terrible problem. If a zombie company wants to save itself, the first thing that they need to sort out is funding. Since, look at the zombie company, it's already deep in debt and it is very much challenging to actually get a new funding altogether. The zombie companies can try to raise funds using multiple ways. The first is that the zombie companies actually approach a non-zombie company in the same sector for funding. Another approach could be that they try to generate, let's say, finance from the bank or any other financial institution by providing some sort of guarantee certificate from the directors. This type of funding usually depends on the management skills of the director as well as their negotiation capabilities. Another option could be that the existing assets that the zombie companies have can be used as a collateral for refinancing and providing new loans. Even in some cases, the company may raise finance against each sale invoice that they have. So once the funding is in, the company can actually get back to the market more strategically or maybe aggressively as well and find a way to survive and thrive. Also, in order to improve efficiencies, they can try to cut down their costs and allocate resources more optimally. The brutal truth, however, is that most zombie companies are unable to resurrect themselves. This is where actually the government comes in to save them. But why does government actually come into the picture altogether? The main reason for the government to bail out these companies is that they provide large number of job opportunities to the people. So despite these zombie companies hindering economic growth, the government still come over, to help them. Again, if you look at these zombie companies anyways, they do not provide, any accountable amount of tax revenues to the government. So what is the solution to this problem? There is no direct answer to this question actually. The solutions are still debated, and what seems to be like a promising solution is to focus on the employees of these zombie companies rather than the zombie companies themselves. Also, the government and the banks providing relief to the firms, that doesn't make any progress, can at least save the staff members of these firms by putting money into the unemployment insurances. Or maybe the zombie companies need to resurrect themselves or should be allowed to fail altogether. I hope you found this video to be useful. Please do like and share. And if you have any feedback or want to suggest a topic for any future videos, then you may do so by writing about it in the comments section. Also, we come up with interesting videos on finance and accounting topics regularly. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, then please do so by clicking on the subscribe button below so that you can get the notification as soon as we release the new one. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.